I remember when I first got introduced to Boosie, I walked into my little cousin's house and they had the big screen TV, the big screen, the big humpback, the one that took about 2 or 3 people to bring it in. And I'm seeing this dude, man, this hat sitting on top of his head. We get money around here. See, watch this. Nothing but 100. If you see a fifth on pussy, Yeah, my cousins, they were just glued in. I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm like, who is this? That's Lil Boosie. So, my dad played Boosie when I grew up, but not that Boosie. Boosie as in Boosie baby, Boosie Collins. So I'm like, Boosie? Like, yeah, man, you never heard of him? I'm like, no. But I would, though. I would, because he invaded.
This is hip hop album debate. Let's get the conversation going. Ain't no time to waste. Yeah, the podcast that I know you've been wanting. They talking real hip hop. Got everybody talking. Let's go. Yeah, keep it 100 and stay true. Hosted by my homie Q. Tune in and come through. Yeah, this be the spot, the #1 place all day. This is hip hop album debate. Let's go. Hey, yeah.
Welcome to Hip Hop Album Debate, the podcast. This is Q, and this is episode 54. And this debate topic is Boosie Boo, Lil Boosie badass album. Was it a classic? Was it dope? Was it regular? Or was it garbage? Alright, but before we get into this debate, you guys be sure, or should I say like the old folks back home, be sure to subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend now. Show enough? Alright, so let's get into this, man. Lil Boosie Boo. Man, let me just start off by saying Boosie Boo, when my little cousins turned me on to Lil Boosie, the artist formerly known as Lil Boosie. I guess everybody's grown now. It's no more Lil Jeezy. He's Jeezy. He's Big Snow. No more Lil Boosie. He's just Boosie. And man, Boosie invaded the hood, especially in the South and some parts of the Midwest. I think my cousins in Cincinnati, I think they were rocking to Boosie pretty hard at the time. But man, he invaded the hood. You could not escape it. Didn't matter if you liked him, if you didn't like him, whatever the case may be. Man, Boosie invaded the hood like nobody else. I mean, yes, Jeezy did his thing. He had everybody rocking the snowman t-shirts. Tip, you couldn't get away from Tip. He did his thing. Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, they had the crunk thing going. You couldn't think about crunk music without Lil Jon and the East Side Boys at that particular time. But man, they didn't have the effect the way Boosie did. I mean, for real, I can't put my finger on it. But just being real. And I remember when I first got introduced to Boosie, I walked into my little cousin's house and they had the big screen TV, the big screen, the big humpback, the one that took about 2 or 3 people to bring it in. That one. So they had the big screen, that came with the big speakers, that had the bass. And I'm seeing this dude, man, this hat sitting on top of his head. And we get money around here. See, watch this. Nothing but 100. If you see a fifth on pussy. Yeah, my cousins, they were just glued in. I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm like, who is this? That's Lil Boosie. So, my dad played Boosie when I grew up, but not that Boosie. Boosie as in Boosie baby, Boosie Collins. So I'm like, Boosie? Like, yeah, man, you never heard of him? I'm like, no. But I would, though. Because he invaded Man, this album, man. Of course, you had the song like Zoom. You know that was the album that reached the masses. But man, you had songs that was really touching the youth in a way that I had not seen happen since, man, probably Tupac. Just to be real, you know, from like My Struggle. You don't know my struggle, so you can't feel my hustle. Going through all these songs was touching the youngsters. They could relate to this stuff, man. And so Boosie was able to touch them in a way that he didn't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Because at this time, I'm an adult. I'm 24, 25. But my younger cousins, you know, late teens, man, just he really infiltrated them and he just really touched them and they related to him. You know, man, Boosie had the magic touch, man. Now, we gonna get on how I feel about the album. Personally, at that time, man, I wasn't ready to accept the new regime of artists that was coming at the time. Cause me being, you know, 80s babies that listen to 90s music, you know, of course, okay, Pac is no longer with us. Biggie is no longer with us. But other than that, a lot of the artists that I was rocking with, some was still coming with it. You know, Jay-Z, Snoop, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you had a lot of artists, I mean, they wasn't really coming with it. I think DMX had fallen off, not fallen off in a bad way, but just, you know, he just wasn't putting out the same way he was. And so, man, the South it took over, and I wasn't ready to accept, you know, the new regime, you know, the Yo Goddess. Jeezy was okay. T.I., now I was rocking with Tip. But, you know, the Boosies of the world, Boosie was that new underground artist that was gonna touch you without mainstream push. You know what I'm saying? Because this wasn't his first album, but so with that being said, for me, I thought the album was regular, just me personally, because I was a late bloomer when it came to Boosie. Now Webby, as soon as I heard him, I fell in love with his style, his flow. Webby can spit. Boosie can rap too, but Boosie had a way of reaching, like the youngsters just related to him. He could just touch them in a way that just I had never seen it. But so again, for me, it was a regular album, but that's not to dismiss what Boosie was able to do. All right, now let's get into the polls. All right. Oh, we didn't have any comments. No voice comments. No social media comments. All right. So let's see what the people had to say. Lil Boosie, badass. 14% said it was dope. 14% said it was garbage. 29% said it was regular. And 43% said it was classic. It was a classic album. So, and that doesn't surprise me because the impact, like I saw this firsthand, the impact Boosie had on the people around me, you know, and not just my little cousins. I mean, I even had older cousins that was a late bloomer that was starting to rock with Boosie and was like, okay, man, this dude talking about something. Again, you couldn't escape him. You couldn't get away from him. You know, his music was heard everywhere at that particular time. So anyways, you guys let me know something, man. Do you disagree with the poll results? Or do you agree? You think it's fair? And leave me a comment, social media. You know how we do. We're going to chop it up. Again, this is always an ongoing discussion and ongoing debate. So y'all holler back at your boy Q and let me know something. I'm gone. Peace.
Hey.